All right, welcome to my A plus setups. All right, this is something I'm doing weekly where I'm going to cover my top A plus setups only that we can look to take going into the week. And the beauty of this is how the market ends. It normally gives me an idea of what's likely coming next week. All right, so if we look at this, like always, I like to start with the DXY, and you can see we had a bearish week on the dollar. We had a lot of volume and volatility come in with CPI and PPI and the different news events. We had Trump coming out talking about rate cuts. He want rate cuts lowered, and we saw how the dollar reacted. So we had a big dump. We had a big dump there. Excuse that. We had a big dump on the DXY. All right. So now looking at this level, we're looking like we're beginning to break below this level, this zone. All right. So if we go down here, on the daily, you can see this is a major top in the past where price had a big fall. So moving forward this week, I like that we see price beginning to actually just broke below there, right? This is a daily we just broke below, and seeing how all the dollar pairs are lining up with it, we're going to see how I'm looking to trade in line with DXY or the USD bearish bias. All right. So if you look here, even on the 4 hour, we can see we got that breaker structure. So now next week, I mean, maybe have some type of pullback first, but I'm bearish on DXY, looking for that to continue down. All right. So that's DXY, and we'll see how things continue from there. All right, so looking at GBPUSD, and these are going to be very quick and to the point because structure is clear. So we see we got that break above structure, that strong break above 1.25, huge psychological level, right? Going in line with the weakness in the dollar. So now with that, you can see this is also a prior structure low. I want to see a pullback. This is the daily chart. So I would like to see a pullback or a retest of this level anywhere between really 1.25 20 to 1.25, see some type of retest of that, and look for this to pull up to give a continue wave up. All right, we can see this potentially head towards on 1.27, like around here, 1.27 resistance. All right, so I'll be looking around this level for GU to give to pull back before or to pull up into. All right, but first I want to see this pullback, ideally a retest, and look for that next wave up. All right, so all USD as well. Going in line with the weakness in that dollar, we can see here, even on the weekly, we're getting a nice close above this level, above this strong level of demand where you had a huge wave up in the past. So this is a strong level of structure above 0.63 that we just broke above. Then we also see the daily, right? We got daily price action above this level. So I will look for a pullback or a retest to continue higher. Now, it's one or two areas I will look for. Either we could see price come right here and retest, right, that little resistance top right there, that wick, somewhere around there for the continuation up. Or if it don't want to hold there, then the next level will be down towards 6.3, retest this area again, excuse me, and then look for that wave up. But overall, I would say look for a pullback and catch the wave up. And we can see this come all the way towards 6.5, especially if the dollar holds below that level. Like we could get that big wave up with this being such a significant level. All right. So even looking at this on a 4 hour, you're looking for pullbacks, and then look to catch that next wave up. All right. USD CAD. This was actually a signal I gave out in the VIP Discord. It hit our TP1 for 100 pips and dropped actually lower than that. So you can see where we're at. We're at this major supply level. The price had a big fall in the past. All right, even over here, right? So it's like a triple top right now happening. And we can see before this breakout that I was looking for, price formed this nice rejection, this nice like bearish shooting star type rejection on the weekly. All right, so I was looking for price to break below this range and then looking to take that down lower. So once we got a break of this range, I gave the signal on this pullback or retest, and then we caught that wave down. So now looking at this on the daily, I'm expecting more. You can see we got a nice daily close below this level. All right, so early next week, if it wants to give a pullback, that would be another good opportunity. All right, so look for slight pullback, and on a pullback, look to catch that next wave. I'm expecting price to stay below here. All right, so this can be a good setup for even better risk to reward if it gives us a pullback. If not, and it wants to just continue, right, then you have to wait for the next pullback opportunity to continue to ride that wave down. Here on USDCHF, this was a solid setup I was able to catch here as well, some of it. Now, we had some manipulation when CPI came out. It made it initially look like the dollar was going to pump, but it was a fake out. And we could see technicals tend to align with the fundamentals because you can see here on USDCHF, just like all these dollar pairs are at major levels. So we were at this major level of supply where price had fall from before, right? Even over here, formed this evening star, had a pullback, and now we got this rejection on the weekly, another evening star. So really, price came up to the same area of supply structure here as well, and it had that big dump. So we see now we got this huge dump that came through on USD So moving forward, I'm still bearish on this, especially with my DXY US dollar bearish perspective. I would look for this to continue. All right, we can maybe get some type of pullback or retest. I'll look at structure levels like within here. All right, maybe price want to retest. You see, we also got like the trend line break. So from this perspective, it's pulling back now, right? It's pulling back now, maybe to retest. So early in the week on all of these setups, I'm looking and hoping for early in the week pullback. So maybe a pullback or retest and look for that next wave down. All right. Look for this to continue move further to the downside, especially if we break through, let's say this wick right here, right? Then this can free fall. This can give us a much bigger wave down if we break through here. All right. All right. So moving on to some yen pairs, starting with GJ, we could see we had big pumps from these levels, from these areas of demand. All right. Looking to the left. So we had a major pump here on GJ, but now where price currently at, we're back at a previous top or level where price had a nice rejection in the past, right? Even here on the break and retest, nice rejection from this level. So we can see we came here and it gave us the initial rejection, right? So we got some nice rejection here. Looking at this on the 4 hour, all right. Nice initial rejection. So I'm looking for this on this pullback. I'm looking for this to give us another wave down. All right, another wave down. Looking to the left, probably down towards this structure level, towards this support level. All right, so I would like to see a wave down on that on GJ. So with this, maybe you want to give us one more little slight pullback, but overall, I'll be looking for that setup. We have a similar play here on EJ. We can see EJ had a huge pump from this same level of demand. All right, big pump way up to where we're currently at now. So we see where we're at. We're at a level also looking to the left. We're at some like a level of resistance, even looking at these areas, right? We're at some supply within this level. And if we look here, this is where price initiated a big fall, right? So here we see price gave the initial it gave it initial rejection from here. And this was actually a setup this week that I like because we broke down, right? And normally I like to see the pullback. So you see it pulled back some and it gave it opportunity and then it did drop. So that was a nice setup right there. But now it's forming like a corrective like flag, right? So I like for this to, on this pullback, similar to GJ, set up to give us another wave down, all right? And I'm looking at this structure level here to maybe come back to this level, all right? We always look left to go right. And you can see that's a major level of structure that we could reach next. And also where it's currently reacting from, this is a previous level of demand structure. All right, so I like for price to retest here where it's at and set up for another drop. All right, so moving on to GA. And this is a correlating pair when we're looking at AU. All right, normally when AU is bullish, which also is in line with the dollar weakness, we tend to see GA sell off as well in line with AU pump. So it's not coincidence that GA, I was initially looking for a continuation sell from there, from that level of structure, but price decided to pump up higher and basically came to this previous level where we actually the week prior, we was able to catch a nice sell-off on this on GA. So it came to this same level and had a big fall. All right. So moving forward this week, I'll still be bearish going into the next trading week on GA. And looking to the left, right, we are around this major structure level where it had a big fall before. It also became strong level of demand in the past. So from this perspective, I like for price to continue here because we're already breaking below this level. So I'll move here. So look for pullbacks. Look for these pullback opportunities, right? Maybe early in the week, it give you a nice pullback, maybe somewhere within here. But I like for on the pullback opportunities look for a continued wave down on GA. All right, now EA, which is similar to GA, all right, is also correlating and normally trades inverse of AU. So we can see here on the daily, pretty much we got an engulfing candle, but before that, we got a nice huge wick rejection, right? Nice pin bar, shooting star type rejection, and we see this level of structure. So we want to see a break below there, which we're getting now, which was also a nice top in the past. All right. So when we look at this, we break this down from a top down perspective. We now got a break below this level. All right. So similar to GA, maybe get another pullback because you can see prices now shifting bearish. We're now getting these lower lows and lower highs, right? If we look at it from this perspective, price is now breaking down. All right, broke below this level of structure. So on this pullback or retest within here, let me get rid of this. On this pullback or retest within here, I would like to look for a continued wave down. So either a pullback and retest and look for entries, right? Or look for price to continue to break and form new structure lows and then catch the next pullback or retest. It's different ways you can look at it, but overall, look to trade in the direction of the downside. That's what I would be looking for on EA. And lastly, man, looking at GN, it's crazy because, GN and then we'll go into EN. But it's crazy because, man, this was an amazing move to end the week. And I don't always trade Friday, and it was so many solid setups that I was able to catch and see this week. So this was just one of many. But we can see this is a nice level. At first, we had this double top over here. And you can see then price broke that, retested that, a structure had a big fall. When price came right back to that level, big fall. So GN was right back up here. And this is another correlating pair. When I'm looking at the dollar weakness, where we're getting an NZD USD pump because NU is also something that's moving strong from a major level of demand. So it's no coincidence that GN now and EN are at these major levels of supply. So when I came down here on the 4 hour, we saw price actually, and I was actually in this, but I decided to close it and just wait it out. But price ended up dropping over 180 pips. So initially we got the engulfing candle, right? And then price, which is a nice sign, and then price had this big fall, man, from this level of supply, right? So now if we look at the daily printed this big engulfing candle. So I'm still leaning towards sales on this, all right, with all that momentum. And looking where we're at, I mean, to go even further, we see that this is a nice supply top, all right, and this is where price found support here. So technically, this is a big double top, looking at that on the daily. So for this to continue down much further, we need to see price break. If price breaks this structure, then I would say look for a continuation, maybe catch the retest and then get a continuation down further. All right, with the first point of a target being this structure low. All right, but before that, you could get some type of pullback. So if this gives you a pullback early in the week, that can be a nice opportunity. That could be a nice opportunity to catch the next wave down. So look for some type of pullback to catch the next wave. All right, and lastly, looking at EURNZD, similar to GN, we came back to this level. We had a big supply top form. All right, and we see here where we initially fell from that level again, bounced from structure, came right back to retest this high and got a strong rejection. All right, we see how the daily just closed. On the daily, we got a strong engulfing or evening star type rejection here, right? Which is showing signs of likely continued bearish pressure. So I would like to either see some type of corrective pullback first because we're down towards this level and then catch that wave, or I would want to see a break of this structure level. If we get a break of this structure level, that's a good sign we're likely to continue down further, maybe catch the retest, and then look for that continuation. Because if we look to the left based around this level, it was a major supply top in the past there. Also even bigger over here. Nice supply top over here. All right, so if we break below there, that's a good sign that we likely continue down further. All right, and this is something that's also correlates with normally trades inverse of NZD USD, going in line with the weakness of the dollar that also shows some NZD strength that came in. All right. So you just want to keep it real simple. I hope you guys got value out of that. I like to focus on A plus, like high quality price action and market structure based setups. For me, it can be very simple, but also some of the most effective plays that you'll see in the market. All right. So be sure to like and subscribe if you're new here. I appreciate the support. If you're not in VIP Discord, where I call the signals, where you get access to the course and everything, you can view all that. But if not, you can join the Telegram. You can take advantage of the setups I'm always sending out for free. Let's all win, man. I'm excited for next week. It's looking like it's going to be another good one. All right.